lot of firsts today. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ted Jones World Podcast. I just got off the phone with my dad, and I'm going to Miami December 14th. If any of you guys are down there or want to give your boy some spots, just let me know. I'm in the mix trying to get a few comedy show spots while I'm down there. So that's what we're doing. Guys, if you're watching on the Ted Jones World YouTube channel, 1, hello. 2, you notice the sign. We're doing the podcast here at a different angle today. I don't usually have you over there on that camera, but episode 181. So I figure, hey, why not? Hello, vlog cam over there in the corner. We're doing a vlog as well. What is up, everybody? Rainiest day of the season for sure. I can't remember the last day within like the last, I don't know, probably month and a half, 2 months where it's been that rainy out. So went to the gym, normal time, 5 a.m. this morning, got like an hour and a half workout in. I got back to the apartment and I started watching like motivational videos. You guys ever heard of David Goggins? If you haven't, you should look him up on YouTube after you finish listening to his podcast. He's like a super motivational guy. He'll just like go out in the rain and run just because no one else is doing it. So I decided I was going to do that. Went out into the pouring rain today at like 10:15 a.m. Was really one of the only people out there running, or in terms of like when I did hit the West Side Highway and got over there, which is probably like almost a mile from my apartment. Nobody was there. So you know what? That was a good feeling. And I was thinking to myself, the day cannot get harder than this. You know, waking up super early, going to the gym, working out, and then also running in the rain, guys. Like, I don't think it's going to get much harder than this. So I would say that, like, my arts and craft skills, I'll give myself, like, a 5 out of 10. But, guys, this poster here, this Ted Jones World poster that I have over the couch, I'm giving myself close to an 8. Close to an 8. Somebody might recognize and be like, what's the deal with the T over there? Was it supposed to be a bubble letter, or what does it represent? I'm going to go ahead and say that that just represents the crossroads, guys. I thought about making a bubble letter, a T bubble letter, but now it's just a crossroads. It's just a fork in the road, which, you know, sometimes you find yourself in a fork in the road, and we'll talk about it here on the podcast, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, literally this Saturday, we have a comedy show, Halloween night, October 30th, 11:59 p.m. Check the link in this YouTube video. You guys can't make it to that show. Don't worry. You'll get to the show Monday, November 1st at 7 p.m. Come have dinner, come have drinks. And if you guys don't live on the East Coast and you can't make it to a Ted Jones comedy show, I am sorely sorry about that, and I apologize, but we'll get to your state soon enough. And guys, just write emails into me, tedjonesworld@gmail.com. Let me know where you are. If you're in Miami and you want me to come through, spit some friggin' jokes, some fire, freestyles on the rap, on the mic, you guys just let me know, tedjonesworld@gmail.com or tedjonesworld on Instagram, because that's where you know I will be. So to touch on the last episode, I went on a bit of a rant. A rant I went on for sure. It was actually called My First Vegan Rant. That was the name of the last episode. And while I was scrolling on Instagram today, which I've been known to do almost every single day, I saw in the UK they are opening up Burger King, but it's going to be all vegan, guys. So changes are coming. And also, I feel like vegan ways have kind of sped up in the UK. I'm not 100% sure, but when we had Giuseppe Frederici from Plant-Based News on the podcast a number of episodes ago, he was saying that the UK is ahead. Also, you know, when he comes to New York, he realizes that there are definitely a lot more vegan places popping up here and there, yada, yada, whatever it is. But the UK is 5 hours ahead on timing. And guys, it seems as if they're probably 5 years ahead in terms of turning things vegan. So I actually want to look up this article so I can quote maybe some of the things that are coming on. Let's see. Burger King vegan. One Burger King in Spain is going totally meatless. Oh, is that the one that I was talking to? Yeah, I was talking about. Guys, so maybe disregard what I just said about the UK, but no, I really do mean that, because like in the UK, they're really pushing forward with the no milk, and then they have the ads also on the side of the road that show the killing of animals. So they're getting super involved into it too. But this Burger King that I was referring to is in Spain. It's in Madrid. So we might have to make a trip over to Madrid just for a vegan burger, an Impossible Burger. The thing is, they have Impossible Burgers at Burger King which is the Impossible and the Beyond are both meatless. They're both like soy protein, but the cheese on the Impossible Burger, I don't believe is vegan. So it's not 100% vegan. And also it's like cross-contaminated, which I don't have so much of an issue about. Like I'm eating vegan meals, but if it's on the stove or on the burner with something that's not vegan, whatever, I won't freak out about it. But like if I go to for example, if I go and get a burrito and I'm getting just beans, rice, and guacamole, tomato, hot peppers, and I don't get it with cheese or chicken, I imagine that at some point there's probably some cross-contamination, which is not such a bad thing, considering like, you got to get your vegan meals in. If you were focused so much on cross-contamination, you'd have maybe a more difficult time finding vegan meals than you would just rather ordering the vegan option at that particular place. Like when you go to a restaurant and you order vegan food and there are other non-vegan foods in the restaurant, chances are there's some sort of cross-contamination or what. I don't want to say it like that, but like between the chicken and the beans or whatever it is. And usually stuff is like cooked with a butter, maybe like some sort of cream, something like that, like in pastas or something. So whenever I go to like an Italian restaurant, I just make sure that it's pasta with the red sauce. And sometimes they do put cheese in the marinara sauce, so you gotta be careful with that if you're trying to order something vegan. I'm so excited for you guys to see this Halloween costume that I have. I put it in the promo video for the show for this Saturday coming up. So I'm either going to post that promo video today or tomorrow for the Saturday night Halloween show. But you guys will see what I am fully, which is like a sinful sister. I basically tried to get like a slutty costume, but it's a plus size woman's costume. So it's not that slutty. It just like fits me pretty well, because like a plus size woman and myself maybe have like kind of the same measurements. I don't know. But the thing is with guys and girls, like girls hold more of their weight in like their thighs and men hold it in their gut, so like I I was able to fit on like the chest frame, because I figured like I probably have like, I don't know, like B cups. I don't know. I have to like touch a B cup to be like, oh yeah, these both have B's. I might have bigger than B's, like small C's, larger B's. You know what I mean? It's better than how I did in college, which was like all C minuses. Whatever, guys. That was a terrible joke. Look, but we've got new things going on here on the Ted Jones World podcast. New camera angle, new sign, guys. Always appreciate when you write in tedjonesworld@gmail.com. And if you guys can't get to a comedy show, check out the past vlogs that we have from the Ted Jones Comedy Show. So we're doing shows all of November in the main room at the Stand, and don't have December dates yet. But hey, we don't have to worry about that yet, right, guys? It's the end of October. If you're coming to New York City in December or January, let me know on email or let me know on Instagram. I'll let you guys know where we are planning on having our show that month. But I would love to see you guys at the Ted Jones Comedy Show. As always, we throw out shirts that look just like this one, and you can definitely catch a shirt if you come to the Ted Jones Comedy Show. So guys, this is a tennis story that I wanted to touch back on just because like I've had history with this particular person actually. So Gordy Ernst was the coach of the Georgetown University tennis team. And initially when I was applying to college, for those of you who don't know, I ended up playing tennis at University of Connecticut. There were like coaches that I was put in contact with to potentially play on their tennis team. Now, my grades ended up not being good enough to go to Georgetown, but this coach, Gordon Ernst, was taking bribes from kids who were not even on the tennis team. So basically, this is how it would happen. Like this guy, Gordy Ernst, this is during the whole scandal where it was like pay to play. I don't know if you guys remember Lori Loughlin from Full House paid $500,000 so her daughters can get into USC, and the USC admissions said that they were on the rowing team. So the same guy that was like fixing all of these athletes getting it, like students getting into schools but them not being athletes, the same guy had a relationship with the tennis coach at Georgetown. This guy was taking hundreds of thousands of dollars from parents or from like this specific fixer guy and just pretending that kids were on the tennis team. And like, that's how they would get in. Do you guys know what I mean? So basically this guy, Gordon Ernst, would go to the admissions office and be like, oh, look, this guy Thomas Riley is going to be on the tennis team. He's a recruit. You should let him into the college. When in actuality, he was not even a tennis player. His parents were just giving hundreds of thousands of dollars to the school so that he could pretend to be on the tennis team. So this guy, it just came up on my phone. He's forfeiting the $3 million that he agreed to forfeit $3.4 million earned during the college admissions scam, and also he accepted more than $2 million from wealthy families attempting to get their children into the prestigious school in Washington, D.C. So this guy's been doing this for a very long time. The deal calls for a minimum of 1 year in prison and ultimately will be up to the judge. So did they pay to play? I don't know. I can't say that. But we were supposed to have a kid who was on the Georgetown tennis team at the same time that I was there come on the podcast, and I ran into him on the street, and I was like, dude, we can keep you anonymous. This would be so great. And he wanted to come on the podcast. I spoke about this with Peter Moran when he was the co-host here on the podcast a number of episodes ago. I blew the lid on the surprise because I told you guys that he was going to come on. I was super excited, and he was like, oh, I have so much juice to spill. He was saying that there were kids on the tennis team that always made jokes about Gordy Ernst, like, oh, he is only friends with the parents who take him out to nice dinners. Which is sus, guys. Which is sus. I imagine that this is kind of happening on some level everywhere. You know, maybe not as shady as this, but I mean, how many years have kids been accepting bribes from coaches? That's probably way less worse, actually. Because at least the kids are going there and playing, and then they get money from the coaches, you know, or from the school, even though it's illegal. But for a kid who doesn't even play tennis to give the tennis coach $200,000 or their parent do it, kind of embarrassing. Parents just want the best for their kids, obviously, but sometimes parents get a little selfish in their ways, right? They need their kid to go to Georgetown. They need him to get in, so they figure they can sneak in away, you know, pay a few $100,000, ensure their kids go to a great school like Georgetown. But super interesting story when that even broke, because I remember I saw his name. I was like, what? Gordy Ernst? Or it says Gordon Ernst? But guys, you always gotta be true to yourself. You know, there's gonna be a time in your life where, you know, the devil might want to step in and be like, come on, Joe, take that money, you know, and then before you know it, you're taking the money a few times and then boom, you're caught. That's the thing also, like in watching the show Impeachment, I've talked about this show a few times with you guys, but it's basically the behind the scenes story from what Monica Lewinsky did in terms of having an affair with Bill Clinton. But like once Monica Lewinsky told Linda Tripp, like Linda Tripp recorded all of their phone calls, and then Bill Clinton had no way of lying about it. Like once one person knows, or once you do one bad thing, it carries over. It dominoes. So you guys got to be out here being good Samaritans. All right? All right. Grandma, thank you so much for coming to the last Ted Jones Comedy Show. I really appreciate it. Hope you can make it to the future Ted Jones Comedy Shows. We always love seeing you out there. And guys, I love seeing each and every single one of you guys out there. Just shoot me a DM. You know, I'd love to talk about whatever you guys would want to talk about. TedJonesWorld@gmail.com if you have a great email. And we're actually going to get to an email from my aunt, you know, who's an avid listener as well. And Aunt Maria says, hey, Ted, who's your favorite aunt? Is it Aunt Aria? Because I called my aunt Maria Aunt Aria. So yes, Aunt Maria, you're obviously in the running for favorite aunt, given that you are listening to this podcast right now, and that's always terrific. But aunts and uncles and relatives who are outside of your family, it's funny how everybody has a different relationship with them, right? Like some of you maybe have met your dad's brother like one time, or maybe you hang out with your cousin every day. It's just very interesting to see how people can really relate, you know? All right, I'm walking around here in the studio, guys. So I'm messing around with the camera angles and such, you know, coming up here to the camera so you guys can see me fully. Oh, my God. I don't even know if you guys heard that on the audio. I just almost, like, smashed the glass table. And I went to that Noguchi museum, and I remember Zach was telling me that this table that I have here is actually, by Noguchi. But this is not by Noguchi because I looked up Noguchi and these tables are like $5,000. And this is just obviously like, I don't want to say a ripoff Noguchi, but I mean, it's not like the real deal Noguchi. You guys know what I mean?
That's wild.
Guys, Ted Jones vlog on Tuesdays and Fridays. Ted Jones World podcast is Mondays and Thursdays. And, we just have a good time over here, guys. So for those of you who still haven't checked the link in this YouTube video or on my Instagram bio, the next shows that we have are October 30th, 11:59 p.m., November 1st, 7 p.m., November 15th, 7 p.m., November 29th, 7 p.m. And if you're listening from Florida and you're a comic, would love to do one of you guys' show down there anytime from December 14th to, I guess, December 19th because I'm leaving the 20th. And if you guys have suggestions for me to do anything down there, you just let me know. We'll probably record one podcast for sure down there, maybe even two, but don't worry. We'll have those podcasts ready for you. And some exciting things to vlog, I think, while I'm down there, like a week before Christmas. Last year, I went to Miami for like 10 days. I visited my dad down there because my dad is down there like half the year. So that'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to that. And, December in Miami could be a good time. I'm just excited for these winter months, guys. Don't forget to have your clocks fall backwards. Oh, my God. What day is that? Does that happen? Clocks fall back. I'm asking Siri 1 second. Why can't you manage clock? What day is daylight savings time? I'm asking Siri. November 7th. Okay, guys, so we have about like 8 or 9 days until daylight savings time. It's funny with like all the corona nonsense and us just losing all this time. I feel like we should be exempted from falling backwards. We just like wake up earlier and then it just ends up being dark earlier, which I don't necessarily mind because as you guys know, anytime I'm in the apartment here and I don't have anything going on at night, like I have no problem hitting the hay at 8 to 8:30 p.m. You guys might think I'm psycho, but the great Ben Franklin, who's on the $100 bill, is early to rise, early to fall asleep. I wonder if he actually has a quote for that. Ben Franklin quotes about going to sleep early. So funny how I use Siri for everything these days. Okay, Ben Franklin's actual quote was, early to bed, early to rise. Makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Wow, I didn't even know that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Franklin was famous for his productivity, which he maintained by getting up each day at 5 a.m. He also went to bed promptly at 10 p.m. no matter what. Guys, I get to sleep before 10 p.m. What time do you guys go to sleep? I feel like the ballpark in terms of like when a lot of people actually do go to sleep is probably I hear a lot between like 10:30 and 12. Seems as if it's a sweet spot. And then like the waking up is usually like between 6:30 and 8, assuming you have things to do first thing in the morning. Still a solid amount of sleep for sure. But what is you guys' sleeping schedule? People freak out when they hear my sleeping schedule. It's usually from like 8:30 to 4:45 a.m. You may ask, Ted, why do you wake up so early? Like, what is so pressing in the morning? I just feel that when I wake up at 4:45 and then I'm in the gym by 5 p.m., 5 a.m., I end up getting so much done before it's even 1 o'clock. I really do feel that like I kind of have like an extra half day or a full day when I'm up that early because I'm not distracted from the hours of 5 a.m. to like 8 a.m. at least. Like nothing's going on. If people are awake, they're just waking up. No one's really trying to talk to anyone. And then like the hours from like 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., unless I have a show or something, I'm usually trying to go to bed a little bit earlier. I remember like high school and college, I was always like an 11:30, 11 p.m. guy. Then I'd be waking up, like 8 or whatever. And then when I worked for my dad for 5.5 years, I would wake up like 20 minutes before I had to walk out the door, go to work. Try getting up a little bit earlier, doing some things for yourself before you go, punching the clock. Because working from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. is a lot if you're just waking up at whatever it is. I mean, not 8:40. Let's say you're waking up at 8:30. You're out the door at 8:45. And I guess since we're in New York City, it's possible for somebody to live 15 minutes away from the office. But if you're waking up, brushing your teeth, putting in your contacts, and then headed straight to the office, it's tough to commit to the gym after you get back from the office. You get home at 6 p.m., then you're supposed to first throw on your shoes, then go to the gym. You get home by 7:30, you eat, and then it just feels like the day really caught up on you. You don't really have that much time. That's why I like waking up early, like really early, just because I feel like I have more time in the morning, and it's less time to be distracted. You know, like right now while I'm recording this podcast, it's like 3:25 p.m. There's so much to be distracted by. You know, whether it's like those dumb push notifications on my phone, CNN being like Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian got married, or whatever it is. Like, see what Travis Barker's ex-wife has to say, or stuff like that. Like that, those notifications don't really hit your phone at 6 a.m., at 5 a.m. You know, like I'll have my maybe news briefing or something, need to know, or the Skim will email me at like 6:30 a.m., but like I'm not looking at that right away. And those two news services are just like headlines. They'll be like, psh, psh, this is what happened today in the government, crypto, friggin' this, whatever. Maybe they actually would have that that pop culture story with KK, aka Kourtney Kardashian. You guys, let me know if there's anywhere in particular I should go while I'm in Miami. I know that this trip is still about 6 weeks out, but hey, I'm excited. Just planned it. And, you know, hopefully get on some shows while I'm down there. Definitely do some serious vlogging, get a tan. And, you know, now I got a reason to get in shape, right? I'm just kidding. Like, obviously, I've been staying in shape this whole time, guys. Don't just think that I'm turning it on at any given moment's notice, rather. What else do you want? What else do you guys want right now? If you guys want to send in an email, let me know what shirt of mine is your favorite. You know, what Ted Jones World or Ted Jones Comedy Show t-shirt is your favorite. And who knows, you might even catch one of those at the show, but we will be throwing out shirts at every single Ted Jones Comedy Show. So make sure you check the link in my Instagram bio. I would love to see you guys at that show. And if you just have any suggestions on where you'd like to see me maybe go do a vlog, or what you'd like to hear about on the podcast, just reach out, because I just love hearing from you guys. And I don't know, I still have these buttons over here that like I really haven't used as much. Can you guys tell what that is? It's like a spark. It's a weed spark. And then I just go to this one. Bob Marley. Cracking a beer. Yeah.
That's wild.
Ricky Velez. All right, guys. Well, today, it being Thursday, you know, I hope you guys have a terrific weekend, and I would love to see you at the show on Saturday. Click that link in the bio, as I've told you 10 times today. And if you can't make it to that show, no worries. Come to the show on Monday. But we have a number of shows in the future, so I would love to see you guys at every single one of them. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.